Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You're listening to Daily C1 English Vocabulary. My name is Emma.
And my name is Tom. We're here to help you explore and practice C1 level words and expressions.
In today's episode, we're reviewing the words from days 18 and 19 of our learning series.
We'll go through their meanings, give natural examples, compare with similar words, and show how to use them in real-life situations.
Our first word is catalyst. A catalyst is something or someone that causes change to happen faster or more easily. In chemistry, a catalyst is a substance that speeds up a reaction without being changed itself. But in everyday English, we mostly use the word metaphorically to describe an event, a decision, or even a person that triggers significant progress or transformation.
For example, the CEO's speech became a catalyst for major improvements across the company. Another one, her feedback was the catalyst that pushed me to rewrite the entire proposal. Or, the launch of the new product was the catalyst for the company's growth.
You'll also hear it in personal contexts. Moving to a new city was the catalyst he needed to restart his career. Common phrases include a catalyst for change, the catalyst of something act as a catalyst.
Compared to similar words like trigger or spark, catalyst often sounds a bit more positive and purposeful. It suggests something that accelerates meaningful development rather than just causing a sudden reaction.
Moving on. Our next noun is hassle. This is a very common word in informal, everyday English. It means a situation that's annoying, inconvenient, or requires more effort than it should. A hassle isn't a major problem. It's something that disrupts your day, wastes your time, or creates unnecessary stress. We often use it when we want to sound natural and conversational.
For example, renewing my passport was such a hassle. The lines were huge. Another one, moving apartments always involves a lot of hassle with paperwork and packing. Or, it's a hassle having to travel with so many bags. I'd invite more people, but organizing everything would be too much of a hassle. I don't want to deal with the hassle of fixing the car myself.
As a verb, to hassle someone means to annoy or bother them. For example, by pressuring them to do something. Stop hassling me. I'll finish the report soon. Or, the journalists kept hassling the celebrity for an interview.
Common collocations are a lot of hassle, it's not worth the hassle, to avoid the hassle, and to give someone a hassle. Compared to words like problem or difficulty, hassle feels lighter and more informal. It's used when something is irritating rather than truly serious. You'll use it when complaining about bureaucracy, long waits, or difficult processes.
Let's jump to the next word. Excel. To excel means to perform extremely well at something, to be noticeably better than most people in a particular skill, activity, or area. It focuses on high-level performance and outstanding success.
This verb is often followed by the preposition at or in, when specifying the area of competence. For example, she excels in mathematics. He excels at public speaking. She consistently excels at complex problem-solving and critical thinking. To excel in this highly competitive field, you need both talent and dedication.
Compared to words like do well or perform well, excel is stronger. It suggests standing out and achieving a high standard, not just meeting expectations. In short, when someone excels, they don't just succeed, they shine. Let's keep going. The next word is elevate. This verb has several useful meanings, all related to moving something higher.
In its literal sense, elevate means to raise something to a higher position. For example, we use a crane to elevate the steel beams to the roof of the skyscraper.
But the word is more frequently used figuratively. It means to raise the rank or status of someone or something, or to improve its quality. For example, the promotion will elevate her to a senior management role.
Good art can elevate the spirit and broaden the mind. The new strategy elevated the company's brand image. Her presentation skills really elevated the whole team's performance. Compared to words like raise or lift, elevate often carries a sense of improvement or refinement. It suggests moving to a higher, more sophisticated or important state.
Moving on to the adjectives. Our first one is tumultuous. This word is used to describe a period, situation, or event that is full of noise, excitement, confusion, or disorder. The word is derived from the noun tumult, which refers to a loud, confused noise, especially one caused by a large mass of people or a state of confusion or agitation.
For example, the company went through a tumultuous year of reorganizations and leadership changes. Her first months abroad were exciting but also tumultuous, filled with new challenges and unexpected decisions.
You'll also hear it in historical or political contexts. The country went through a tumultuous political period following the unexpected resignation of the president. In a more literal, physical sense, the speaker was greeted by a tumultuous applause from the excited audience. Or, the small boat struggled against the tumultuous waves during the storm.
Common collocations include a tumultuous period, tumultuous applause, tumultuous change, and tumultuous years. Compared to words like difficult or chaotic, tumultuous suggests a blend of extreme energy, noise, and instability. It's used to highlight a time of great agitation, unrest, or emotional intensity.
So that was tumultuous. Now let's look at compelling. Compelling is an adjective used to describe something that is so interesting, convincing, or exciting that it captures your full attention and makes you want to keep watching, listening, or reading. For example, a compelling story or argument is one you cannot ignore because it is very persuasive or fascinating.
You might say, the lawyer presented a compelling case that convinced the jury of the defendant's innocence, or the movie was so compelling that I couldn't look away. It's a great word to describe anything that strongly influences your thoughts, feelings, or actions.
Her speech was compelling and changed many people's minds. The book offers a compelling insight into human nature. The verb form is to compel, which means to force or oblige someone to do something. So, a compelling argument or story essentially forces you to believe or pay attention.
Compared to words like interesting or persuasive, compelling suggests a much higher degree of irresistible power and influence. It's the strongest way to say that something is persuasive and demands action or belief.
Moving on to the adverbs. Our first adverb is eloquently. To do or say something eloquently means to express an idea or feeling in a way that is fluent, persuasive, and articulate. When you speak eloquently, your words are powerful, beautifully phrased, and easy to understand. The word comes from the adjective eloquent, and the noun is eloquence. It refers to the skill of using language effectively and persuasively.
For example, she spoke eloquently about the importance of education, means she communicated her ideas beautifully and clearly. It's a useful word to describe strong and graceful communication. The politician eloquently addressed the crowd. His speech was eloquently written and deeply moving.
It can also describe how art or actions communicate a feeling. The dancer's movements eloquently conveyed a sense of profound sadness. Common collocations include speak eloquently, express something eloquently, and write eloquently.
Compared to simpler adverbs like clearly or smoothly, eloquently suggests a higher level of skill. It highlights both clarity and elegance. In short, when someone speaks eloquently, their words don't just inform, they resonate.
Moving on. Our second adverb is coincidentally. We use it when two events happen at the same time or in a similar way by chance, not because they were planned or connected. It highlights that something surprising or unexpected happened without any intention behind it.
For example, we both showed up in the same outfit coincidentally. Another one. Coincidentally, the client emailed us just minutes after we finished discussing their project. The company launched its new product just as the market demand was peaking, coincidentally maximizing its profits.
You'll also hear it in everyday stories. I ran into an old classmate coincidentally on the exact day I was thinking about reconnecting. Compared to adverbs like randomly or accidentally, Coincidentally emphasizes the timing or the surprising overlap between events rather than a mistake or a random action.
It's time for our idioms, the expressions native speakers use all the time. Our first idiom is ahead of the curve. It means being more advanced, more innovative, or better prepared than others, especially when it comes to trends, technology, or ideas.
The phrase comes from the concept of a bell curve or a normal distribution curve, which is often used to track progress, adoption rates, or performance. To be ahead of the curve means you are at the leading, front edge of that curve. Someone who is ahead of the curve doesn't just follow what's happening, they understand what's coming next and act early.
For example, the company stayed ahead of the curve by investing in AI long before their competitors. Another one. Her ability to spot market changes early keeps her ahead of the curve in her field. To stay ahead of the curve, businesses need to constantly innovate. You'll also hear it in personal development. He keeps his skills ahead of the curve by learning something new every month.
Let's finish today's review with a highly common and meaningful idiom, blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise refers to an apparent misfortune that eventually turns out to have a good outcome. It's something that seems bad or unlucky at first, but later proves to be beneficial.
The key word here is disguise. It means something that hides the true appearance of something. So a blessing in disguise is a benefit that's hidden at the beginning. You don't recognize it until later. For example, losing that job turned out to be a blessing in disguise because it pushed her toward a much better career. Another one. The delayed flight was a blessing in disguise. It gave me time to fix a critical mistake in the presentation. Missing the bus was a blessing in disguise. I met an old friend while waiting.
This idiom is much more meaningful than simply saying it turned out well. It highlights the powerful contrast between the initial disappointment and the ultimate positive result. That's it for today's episode. We covered catalyst, hassle, excel, elevate, tumultuous, compelling, eloquently, coincidentally, ahead of the curve, a blessing in disguise.
Try to notice these expressions in real conversations, articles, or podcasts, and use them whenever you can. That's the best way to make them part of your active vocabulary.
Thanks for listening, and see you in the next episode.